at the opening of a major basketball game in the National Basketball Association. How was that?
Well, it was fun. I've played at it 3 other times before, so I got experience in it. So I kind of knew what to do, you know, and I kind of kept my cool. The first time I came out there, and I was playing it all fast because I was real nervous. No, so, but like this time I was a little laid back and I was just calm.
Yeah, I was going to say, Richard, one of the biggest crowd he's played for was obviously it was the Eagles. He actually opened up, played
the Philadelphia Eagles.
Yeah,
wow.
the Philadelphia Eagles, and now you're talking 60 to 70,000
people.
Yeah.
Man,
that was great.
Now your association with the Philadelphia 76ers, because I found out from your dad that you've been asked to come back and do several other national anthems for the team. In fact, they won when you played on Friday, so you could be a great omen for them.
Yeah.
I think you're what,
Hopefully.
3-1 right now.
Yeah,
3-1, that's great.
You lost a buzzer beater.
Against the Celtics.
It was probably the refs.
It was just, right, that's right. That Ray Allen.
Now, your association with the Philadelphia 76ers, we're going to talk more on your playing, but your association with them goes back to, I believe, the great late Grover Washington Jr. was the last saxophone player to open or to play the national anthem for the team. Now you've come along, you're the sax player. How does that feel?
Feels good. I'm like, it just feels crazy. It's like not real.
Yeah,
it's crazy. Like I'm taking, well, not taking Grover's place, but like I'm like stepping in for him.
Yes, yes.
You know, so it just feels great.
And those are some huge,
big opportunity.
It's huge steps feet to step into, because we all know Grover was a tremendous. Was he one of your inspirations when you started playing? Who are some of the other people that inspired you when you started playing?
Well, Grover Washington. I was listening to some Grover Washington tapes, and also like. Man, a lot of people like John Coltrane.
Whoa.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's some hippies.
And like now I'm listening to people like Kenny Garrett and Charlie Parker, and and I'm taking piano, so I'm listening to a lot of piano players and all.
I also know that you met the great Sonny Rollins, someone who I have admired since I was your age. How was that meeting Sonny Rollins?
Now that was really fun. I got backstage, and so I got to meet him, and it was great.
So Immanuel, tell me, who else has influenced your musical career?
Well, musicians like Kenny Garrett, Ravi Coltrane, Joe Lovano, David Liebman, lots of other people.
Yeah, Tony Williams.
Yeah. Mr. Hines, Lovett Hines.
Okay.
And my dad and my mom.
Oh, wow. Well, we met your dad, so let's bring your mother on in so that the Jazz on My Mind viewers can meet Mrs. Wilkins, your other inspiration. With me now is the entire Wilkins family. Welcome, Mrs. Wilkins, to Jazz on My Mind. It's my pleasure, and I'm telling you, I cannot begin to let everyone know how happy and proud I am of this family, because what you two have done to mold this young man and to instill in him the great values that he has is absolutely tremendous. And this interview would not be complete without the both of you. So thank you for both of you for being with us. How does it feel to have such a son doing as much as he's doing? I know you got to be proud.
I'm very proud of him.
Yeah.
Also, we're tired.
He wears you out?
Yeah. It's playing all over the place.
Going everywhere, huh? Doing everything, huh? Now, you know, he plays the sax. When I met him, he was playing the sax. We talk about him and his saxophone, but that's not the only instrument that Immanuel plays. Immanuel, what else have you mastered?
Well, I haven't mastered any yet. But
you can't convince me of that.
I play 4 saxophones.
Okay.
Alto. 3 saxophones. I'm sorry. Alto, tenor, and soprano.
Okay.
I play bass.
Which you were playing when we came in. You were playing the bass.
And I play that for my school orchestra.
Okay.
play flute and clarinet. I play guitar. I play trumpet. Y'all want to name a couple?
Piano.
Keyboards.
Yeah, that's right.
Wow.
Oh, wind controller.
Oh, yeah.
Isn't that amazing? And I know there's no doubt in my mind that his academics.
He just made honor roll every semester. Here's his honor roll.
Wow. And that's amazing, because there is no way that he can do what he has done musically without being academically at the top of the class. And my hat goes off to both of you for that, definitely. Now, coming up in the future, what's in the plan? What's in the future for Immanuel?
You know, I'll tell you, Rich, I'm glad you mentioned that. It becomes a balancing act a lot of times with a child, because obviously you want him still to enjoy his childhood, you know.
Right.
So we try to hold back somewhat on too many engagements, or we get a lot of requests.
Right.
But what's in the future for him? We figured, hey, some jazz fest. We do local jazz, like he's doing the Cape May Jazz Fest this coming up weekend. And also we're looking at the West Oak Lane Jazz Festival in Philadelphia, so that'll be nice. And also he's busy really with the Clef Club and also with the Kimmel Center Youth Jazz Ensemble, so those take up his weekends. So, but we're looking at him just trying to develop into what he really wants to do with his music. He's made up his mind that music is where he wants to be. It's just a matter of like, okay, I want to be an educator, or a professor, or play professionally, and those are things. But he works hard at what he does. And
he does. And the Jazz on My Mind viewers will get a chance to see it, because we're up here conversing about how good and how well he plays. Stick around. You're going to see this young man in action. Now, another thing I love about your family, and I've been talking to you guys on the phone for quite a while, you're a very deeply religious family. And we all know, and it's a wonderful thing to have God in your heart, because with God in your heart and in your soul, you can do anything. And that's another light that shines on this young man. The religious belief and feelings that you have instilled in him as well.
So we teach him to honor God first in all that he does.
Yes.
That his gifts and talents come from the Lord, and that he owes God that amount of service to give his gifts and talents back to God, and God will continue to bless him.
And he does that because he mentioned that he plays in church. How's it being one of the church musicians?
It's fun, because I get to sit there and play behind like the choir, and it's not like with our church. It's a great setup they have, because we're like over into like a little alcove on the side. So like I believe that like we shouldn't be like up on the stage, because it's not all about us.
That's right.
So
it's about the creator, right?
So we're usually over in the side until the times that we minister. Like we go up to the front and then we play, and then we go back over there. So that's nice.
So
it's pretty cool.
Now, outside of music, your music, I know, takes up 90% of your life, maybe 99, if not 100%. Do you like sports? What sports do you like? Because I have to ask you that, because you're 12 years old.
Yeah.
That's right.
What sports do you play?
I play basketball and football at school.
Okay.
And
basketball season's coming back again. He's in a league in the community. It's the Highland Park Kirkland Athletic Association.
Wow.
And so he's been playing with them every year.
That's beautiful. Now, I asked your mom and dad, what do they see in the future for you? I'm going to ask you, what do you inspire to do with your musical talent? What do you see yourself doing?
Well, I want to go to either the Manhattan School of Music or Berkeley. And I want to be a music teacher in a professional position.
Do you have any inclinations to go in the studio and do any jazz recordings? Because see, I plan on playing some of your music. Once you go in the studio, I plan on being one of the radio personalities that will play Immanuel Wilkins' song. Do you plan on going in the studio? I'm glad you do, because it would be a pleasure to say that I interviewed this young man when he was 12 and now he's 20 whatever, and I get a chance to play your music. That would be a true blessing. That's really wonderful. I'm really happy for you. Now, anyone of our Jazz on My Mind viewers who are watching this interview and they want to contact you, We know Immanuel's very